Okay, this is a bookcase that I've been working on, and the customer wanted this to look like an old fashioned bookcase with the slatted boards in the back, and we're going to put some glaze in this. Also made the shelf standards with the zigzag type standards that you see in a lot of the old furniture. Now here's what I'm going to show you how to do today. If you notice, this looks pretty good. This is 1/2-inch plywood. I didn't buy it this way, but I'm going to show you how I made this. Let me back up just a little bit so you can get a look at this. Right now I've got primer on this piece. We're getting it ready to paint. But the main thing is I wanted to use 1/2-inch plywood for this piece because I needed the structural integrity. Let me walk around to the back so you can see this. This bookcase is about 86 inches wide, so I had to make it in 3 pieces, 3 sections. So you see the center section there is one piece, and you got your 2 end pieces, and then there's the top up there that kind of stiffens and holds it together and straightens it out. But we'll get on to it here in a minute, and I'll show you how I made these plank look. Oh, by the way, the zigzag bars, and I may make another video of that sometime, show you how to do that, but I actually made that on my little CNC machine. These are made out of basswood because I had to make the cut in one pass. But we'll go ahead and show you how we make the planks here out of 1/2-inch plywood. Okay, I have my tools laid out that I use to make this. The first tool that I'm going to talk about is this little Rockwell saw. It's a 2-inch, got a 2-inch blade on it, and it's a very thin blade, as you can see. It's less than 1/16 of an inch, and it also has a setting on the side where you can set the depth. I set this depth at 1/8 of an inch that I can plunge and cut. And then the second tool I have is a small 1/4-inch router, and it has a little V-groove bit, which just set that V-groove so it plunges down the center of that groove you're going to cut. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use a template. I made a template that's sized to these tools here, and I'm doing my pattern on a 6-inch pattern. So I'd make my mark for my first cut, and then I go 12 inches over for my next one, because you're going to move this down every time using the square, line it up. So I would take this 2.5-inch piece here, line it up, use my square, and then I would pin nail it top and bottom, and maybe one in the center for a longer sheet. Then we're going to make the first cut with the little saw. So I would lay that piece up next to it, and then this particular one here for mine would be a .605 in width, and I cut that on my table saw, which has a digital readout. So we would start, do our plunge cut up the length of the piece, then we would come around, rotate it, and come back down this side here. So then we would have just a slot cut in the piece. Then we go to our router, and we would take and remove this piece, which is not fastened down, and we would take and route up one side and route down the other. I'm careful to keep if I got the open side up like this, I'd route up and then I'd rotate it and keep it the same way. I've noticed on routers, the base is not always dead center of your piece, so you want to keep it the same on both sides, or you may find some drift. Once you do that, you can just yank this piece up using a little pin nailer. It's easy, and then you can take a pair of pliers and pull your pin out, and then you shift it down to the next one, lay it out just like you did before, and that would make your cut. Now this is in 1/2-inch plywood, and I'll show you the edge. You notice we got a nice groove there. Go down to the next one here. And that does a fine job of mimicking tongue and groove pine. That's how I do it. It's very simple, and it looks real. Once you get it all painted and everything, no one would ever know that you just made this out of plywood. And I like it a whole lot better than using real tongue and groove because it's a lot faster. It's structurally more sound than using real tongue and groove. So I hope you enjoy this. Check back later. We'll post some more videos.